And there it is. There it is. The 14th September, tomorrow, Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. There it is. September Direct. 8th consistent year in a row. This is our September Direct. We're getting the September Direct. We kind of expected it to be announced yesterday on the 12th. I know no one was expecting it to be announced on 9/11, but the 12th though, maybe. But yeah, no, 24 hours before it actually drops, they're releasing the Direct. Off the cuff video for this one, because I'm running out of time just to even make predictions for this Direct. There was some stuff that leaked. There's some obvious announcements that a lot of us think are going to be dropped. There could be room for other potential announcements. It says it's focusing on games releasing this winter. Roughly 40-minute presentation, but games releasing this winter. Could also mean January or February 2024. Early next year, games coming out that year too. So not just like the rest of this year and then January, February. It could span for like the next five-ish months. Maybe 6, maybe 6. I don't know. I'll just play it by ear, see what I got cooking in my head. Mario-wise, just because SuperMarioT, Mario. Wonder's probably gonna get a final trailer. A lot of people got their fill with that Mario 1. I almost said last Direct, but no, we had a Mario Wonder Direct like a few weeks ago. But we also had people who actually got to play the game very early, and a lot of them say it's very good. I think the game's coming with just like one more trailer. I think they're going to drop at least one more trailer for Mario Wonder. I want to see another boss from the game, man. I want to see what other bosses are going to be from the game. But otherwise, they could just get by with one more trailer. Game's going to sell. A lot of people are excited. We could do with one more trailer for that game. Same with Mario RPG. That comes out in November. We could probably see a little extra more from the RPG remake. Other than that, I think a lot of people are sold on Mario RPG as is anyways. Dark Moon though. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and the Peach game. I think they're going to give us a release date for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD. I think that's coming like really early next year. I think that's a January game, if I had to guess. The Peach game, I'm going to say February or March. That one seems like it's a little bit further away because, like, we know next to nothing. We know almost nothing about this Peach game. That untitled Peach game coming out. It's a long, elaborate title, but somebody made, like, this, like, Mario-esque Peach text over it as if that was the title of the game. It's a funny meme, but I think we're going to get a title. We're going to get a story. We should actually know what it's going to be about, and I think it's going to come either late winter next year or early to mid-spring. I think that's still going to be a decent ways off, so I could see them announcing it for late winter, March, April, or even May. Like, I think there's a pretty good big window for the Peach game to come out, just because we know so little about that game. Mario Kart DLC. God, I keep forgetting we're getting one more wave. Yeah, they just did. I gotta make that Mario Kart video soon, because now they just said, oh, we're not discontinuing Mario Kart Tour, but there's no more new content coming to the game after next month. So, Tour's getting wrapped up, Mario Kart 8's about to get wrapped up, and anything goes as far as what the hell they're going to do for Mario Kart on the next system, because you know they're going to give us a new Mario Kart, it's just, we don't know what it's going to be. It's kind of the same situation Smash is in, but I think it's between like 6 tracks we already know are going to be in that wave. Madrid Drive, Roma Avanti, Piranha Plant Cove, Piranha Plant Pipeline, Wii Rainbow Road, but also SNES Bowser Castle 3. That 6 tracks, I think a lot of us can agree those are going to be in the last wave. It's just the other 2 are kind of a mystery. One of them is at least a Double Dash track. I hope it's DK Mountain. I would love if it's DK Mountain. I don't know what the hell the last one's going to be. If they give us 2 Double Dash tracks, I'll be good, because they've been shafting the hell out of Double Dash fans this entire DLC for Mario Kart 8. But otherwise, I think a lot of us can agree on those 6 tracks for the last wave, but yeah. Oh yeah, the last 2 characters, Pauline and I want to say Diddy Kong. I would sacrifice Diddy for Funky, but part of me also thinks because of Wonder coming up, they could drop Nabbit instead. Which would be kind of funny, because almost every DLC character in the BCP has been a villain. Birdo's a villain in Mario 2. Petey's been a boss since Sunshine. Wiggler, the same. Freaking Kamek's literally the main antagonist in Yoshi's Island that isn't Bowser. Most of the DLC for Mario Kart 8's BCP has been enemy bosses. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. famous Twitter leaker. Pyoro, I think that's what it's pronounced. I have not played WarioWare, so I don't know what that character is pronounced as. He's a guy who predicted Mario RPG and Mario Wonder pretty accurately on Twitter. It was vague enough, but like you could tell he was leaking those games specifically. He's like a famous Nintendo leaker going around right now. He made some pretty bolsterous claims about F-Zero and Donkey Kong. But the way he did it, it kind of weeded out other fake leakers. He posted gifs of DK from the Mario movie, but then it got other people thinking, oh, let's get ready for this massive new DK game coming, and like all this other stuff. And then it kind of like, it put the fake leakers on blast, because it showed them being fake leakers. But one of them asked too, I don't think it was a fake leaker who asked this, but one of them asked if there will be minis in the game, and Theoria was like, yeah. So it's heavily rumored, it's rumored. For now, it's rumors. A Mario vs. Donkey Kong game is coming, which I think that's probably gonna happen. Like, even if that wasn't rumored or leaked, I think that's gonna happen. Because, like, all this clamor for a new Donkey Kong, and then it winds up being a Mario vs. Donkey Kong. That totally sounds like something Nintendo would do. That, but also, it is really likely right now that the next system's coming out next year. Because, like, another thing about Mario vs. Donkey Kong, half the time Nintendo loves to drop that around, like, the last year-ish. But they drop it right before they drop a brand new system. The first Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance came out months before the DS came out. Miniland Mayhem came out like 4 to 5 months before the 3DS came out. Tipping Stars, that was like the second half of the Wii U lifespan. But Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, which was basically another Mario vs. Donkey Kong, was less than a year before Switch. So, more than anything else, if we get a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong, that new system's coming out next year. Half the time we get a new Mario vs. DK, that's literally right before the end of a system's lifespan. They released a lot more MVDK games during the DS's lifespan, but I think that series hit its peak around then because a lot of people cared. And it's like, see, it's funny, because talking Mario vs. Donkey Kong, it reminds me of the Wario fiasco, like, oh, another WarioWare? Where the hell is Wario Land? Where's my sequel to Wario World? Like a new Wario platformer, which I completely vibe, I completely understand. I would love a new Wario platformer, right? At least with WarioWare, I like WarioWare. A lot of people like WarioWare. There's an audience for WarioWare. People love WarioWare anyways. It's a fun party game, right? People give a shit about WarioWare. That's basically my point. Who gives a shit about Mario vs. Donkey Kong anymore, dude? I don't think these games sell that well either. And like, they are some of the... They're probably the cheapest Mario games you could think. Even either Donkey Kong games or Mario games. They are the cheapest ones you could probably think of. Or play when you get your hands on them. Puzzles later get harder, sure. It's a puzzle game. There are some decent puzzles that get more and more difficult. You can have some fun with it. I feel like people talk about Dr. Mario more than Mario vs. Donkey Kong. That's how much I think people really don't care about Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Which is ironic, because we're talking a Mario IP, but like... And like, it's like me, oh, it's Mario. If it's Mario, I care. MVDK's the exception, because it's like, they don't do anything with the story. I don't think the puzzles are that engaging in later games the further the series got. Amiibo Challenge and Friends, that game's locked off with literally Amiibo, so you have to buy the Amiibo just to play more of the game. But like, yeah, no, people don't care about Mario vs. Donkey Kong. It's kind of a cheap, lowbrow Mario / Donkey Kong series. But they dropped that whenever we're right on the cusp of getting a new system the following year. That's even ignoring all the rumors right now and leaks of like Nintendo giving out demos or early builds of the next system and how it's running Breath of the Wild at 60 frames per second, running at 4K, able to run the Final Fantasy VII Remake and all this other crazy stuff, which I'm just like, are you sure? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But... yeah, other than the Switch 2 rumors, like, I think we're getting a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. It's gonna happen, and nobody's gonna care. But the Donkey Kong fans in particular are gonna be extra pissed just because it's not a new platforming mainline Donkey Kong game. We're waiting so long for a brand new Donkey Kong. I am so sorry, DK fans. But I brought up WarioWare though. Move It. I think that's the name of the new one. That's definitely getting a trailer because that comes out next month along with Mario Wonder. Yeah, that's getting a trailer. Okay, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think this is gonna happen. But I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Just because it's kind of an interesting talk in of its own. Smash Brothers? There's been a pattern before Ultimate came out. Before Ultimate came out, there was a massive restock of Amiibo. Massive restock of Amiibo. This was like months before they announced Ultimate, right? It was either that or before they announced the Switch. Either way, that. But right now, there's another massive restock of Smash Amiibo and the Smash Ultimate Pro Controller. So some are speculating we're getting Smash something. Like Ultimate's probably getting a content update. I don't think we're getting a content update. I think Smash Ultimate on... I almost said Wii U. On Switch, Smash Ultimate, I think that's done. But we are really close to the next system. So I'm saying Smash isn't showing up at this Direct. It's not showing up at this Direct. If it is, I'm gonna be shocked. I'm gonna be shocked if they're gonna drop anything Smash related this Direct, especially for Ultimate. Well, actually, no. The only thing I won't be shocked by is if Sora gets an amiibo, because the only character left to have an amiibo is Sora. That probably is gonna happen this Direct, because Pyro Mythra came out like 2 months ago, almost. But if we're getting like content, character, stages, no. If anything Ultimate's happening, it's if that game gets ported to the next console, which that stands a solid chance of happening, honestly. But well, actually, especially since we're really close to the next, I'll save that for a different video. But Sora Amiibo, that's probably gonna happen. Anything otherwise, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if we get anything. F-Zero. Oh yeah, F-Zero was the other thing that got leaked. People were tossing around, I think, F-Zero 99. I wasn't paying attention too much because it's like, oh, Matt Labs will be a fan of this one. I don't know what Matt Lab meant. I only played the first F-Zero, so F-Zero 99, which it's something Nintendo is doing with F-Zero, which would be cool. I don't think people were asking for a battle royale of F-Zero though. I think it'd be fun, but I think more people would rather want just like a new title, whether a new racing game or F-Zero beat 'em up. I would love F-Zero beat 'em up. Bayonetta / Devil May Cry style of beat 'em up, but it's Captain Falcon, and like, isn't he supposed to be a bounty hunter? He's supposed to be a bounty hunter, right? And he's always carrying that gun on his waist. That would give him an excuse to actually flex that bounty hunter title and use that gun. And he uses his moves from Smash and the Falcon Punch. And like, dude, a beat 'em up with Captain Falcon, that'd be so fun. That would be so fun. That'd be so good. But F-Zero 99 is probably gonna happen. That sounds like an NSO exclusive. That sounds like an NSO exclusive, like Mario 35 was, and Pac-Man 99. And then both, well, Pac-Man 99 is about to discontinue. So, if anything, F-Zero 99 sounds really, really likely. Other than that, yeah, that might cause a stink of F-Zero fans, because it's just like, they've been asking for a new game for literally 2 decades. The most, I think Captain Falcon's appeared in just as many F-Zero games as he has in Smash. That's how long it's been since a new F-Zero. That might be its own video too. I don't even think it would do that well view-wise, but like, I kind of want to do an F-Zero video just to talk about, is it worth doing an F-Zero game 20 years later? Which I think it is, but it's kind of a whole discussion all on its own. F-Zero 99, that sounds like something that would happen. We're technically gonna get a lot of Mario this Direct, just going off all the predictions I had. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, but like all the other games that were announced in last Direct. So it's a safe one, and it's stuff we know, but it's still a lot of Mario anyways. If not a Mario vs. Donkey Kong, we could get a Dr. Mario, I guess. But I think either or, I think most people aren't really gonna care. Oh, poor Dr. Mario. Let's do something different. Oh yeah. Actually, nah. I was gonna say ARMS 2, because Mario Kart Tour is ending, like, new development, but it's just like, were they really developing a new ARMS game in the middle of making new Mario Kart content for that game, while also porting that to 8? Yeah, no. What else? I really don't think it's gonna be too heavy just for this holiday, though. Like, as far as new announcements, I think we already have most of them. The WarioWare, Mario RPG, Mario Wonder, those Mario RPG and Wonder in particular, Wonder especially. Those two are gonna carry this year's Halloween for Nintendo. But oh yeah, Level 5 says they were cooking up something with Yokai Watch because it's 10th anniversary this year. That's right. I played the first Yokai Watch. It is a fun game. Ooh, but it's a Pokemon clone. It is not. It is not the same as Pokemon, but that mindset is literally what killed the series out here in the West. So, if they announce a new Yokai Watch thing, I'll be hype. But Yokai Watch is basically dead outside of Japan, so I'm not expecting it. Oh yeah, new Direct, that's right. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I need my copium for a new Kid Icarus content, anything. Uprising HD new game. Who wants to wait for this copium with me? Here, take it, take it. Here you go. I'm ready for inevitable disappointment. Expecting Uprising HD. Expecting a new Kid Icarus game, one or the other. Even though Kid Icarus deserves new anything in this day and age, it's been, oh my god, 11 years since Uprising. Nintendo doesn't care about Kid Icarus, so I'll be shocked if they do anything Kid Icarus related. Ah, that's my copium for today. Every Direct, gotta sweet copium. Gotta always huff that shit. Every time. Always for Kid Icarus. Paper Mario, maybe like every 4 years or so. I don't care. Kid Icarus, though. It's a lot. I'm gonna need more copium than that. I'm gonna need like 5 boofs. Oh yeah, Metroid. That was another one. That was another heavily rumored one. Prime 2, low-key could happen. It could happen at being announced this Direct. I think it's possible. But also Prime 4, we are due for Prime 4 stuff. Metroid's been sitting in the dark for so long with Prime 4. It's like, oh, announced 2017, restart development 2 years later, 2019. So, and it's been over 4 years since it restarted development. Almost over 4 years. We're due for Prime 4 details, so what the game looks like. Well, I was gonna say title. Other stuff, just a look at the game. Just a look at the game. And it keeps saying Switch, it's coming out on Switch. If Nintendo's trying to release this game on Switch, I think this is probably the last time they have to drop Prime 4. A trailer on Prime 4. The only question is, though, if it releases on Switch and not the next system. If it's not cross-gen, I mean, backwards compatibility is, like, almost 99.99999% guaranteed for the next system at this point. So backwards compatibility is probably in a safe haven for that. But I think it would probably benefit more if it was cross-gen Prime 4. If it's not, that might raise some stink from Metroid fans. Because being cross-gen, I think would give it the best odds of selling more. Either way, though, Prime 4, that's probably getting dropped in this Direct. I think now's the time. This is probably the best opportunity Nintendo has to drop Prime 4 before they announce their next system. And if they want to make it cross-gen, if they're going to announce it as cross-gen, they're probably going to do it later when they announce the next system, like early next year or the middle of next year. I think like first or second quarter next year, I think is when they're going to drop the name and like what the new system is, what it's going to be called. Super Nintendo Switch, Nintendo, I'm asking. Oh yeah, Splatoon 3, side order, DLC. That's probably getting dropped here because we literally know nothing about that DLC 2, and it's almost been a year since Splatoon 3 dropped. Yeah, we're getting the DLC. They're dropping the DLC here. Oh yeah, some are also huffing some copium on Xenoblade X. It could be possible. We are on the cusp of the end of the Switch, and we have all the other games. It's always possible, you never know. But I'm not getting my hopes up for Xenoblade X. I don't know about if we're gonna get anything Kirby. Oh yeah. People are asking for Tears of the Kingdom DLC. Aonuma's like, oh, we have no DLC planned. We're not gonna do DLC. When Nintendo does that thing all the time where they say they're not gonna do something, and then like 2 weeks later, they do that thing they say they're not gonna do that other people were asking for. So, Aonuma could be spitting the truth. He could be not lying and said, yeah, no, we're not doing DLC. We're just gonna move straight to the next game. Which could be valid, honestly, just with how much they've been working on Tears of the Kingdom. But could also be very true that he's just talking out of his ass, and it's like, no, we could make some more money out of this. Breath of the Wild got DLC, so let's do some DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, it could go either way. I think with Tears of the Kingdom, it could go either way, DLC or no DLC. DLC, it all just makes so much sense, though, just because Breath of the Wild did it, and like they could expand on the game more, and it's money talking too. Yeah. I'm like 50-50 when it comes to the Zelda DLC. You could kind of tell, I kind of don't care which predictions I get right, because half of them are safe as shit. The other half are like kind of out there, copium type of predictions, but I don't care which ones I get right or wrong this time. I really don't. I kind of want to see what the rest of the year is going to have early next year, and then Nintendo announce the next system. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't really have too much, honestly. I think that's all I got. I got less than 24 hours anyway, so I don't really think it was going to be that huge of a predictions video anyways. Especially since we're on the cusp of a new system. A lot of like the big games and announcements, I think some of them will probably due for next year, if not the year later. I know Paper Mario's coming up on its 4th anniversary, Origami King next year, 4th anniversary. We just passed its 3rd, but every 4 years, new Paper Mario. I could see us getting a new Paper Mario at the beginning of the next new system. I don't think they're going to do what they did with the Wii U with Color Splash, with that being the last Mario game on Wii U, because, like, Wii U just sold really poorly. Color Splash also sold piss poorly. So, yeah. That, and, like, I also just woke up. So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow when that direct drops. Let me know your predictions down below. Yeah, there's a lot of safe ones. I think it's probably going to be, like, largely a modest direct. Because a lot of I think the biggest thing is probably 2D Mario, which that's coming next month. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a modest direct with, like, a couple surprises here and there. But it's going to be pretty modest, all things considered. Then the Switch is on its way out by next year. Within, like, the next year-ish, we're probably going to get the next new Super Switch, next new system, because that's getting a lot of rumors being tossed around right now, and, like, people getting dev kits, demos, testing out this new system, and the hardware, and the power, backwards compatibility, and all this other stuff. I think it's probably going to be the last direct for the regular Switch. They might do what they did when they first announced Switch, because, like, around January, they had this special presentation, like, thing, where they showed off the Switch, and they teased a couple games coming, Breath of the Wild. That's where Odyssey got its first trailer, Splatoon was there. Mario Kart was kind of there. It was in, like, the first initial trailer for the Switch. The Switch got its first trailer October, then a couple months later, in January, the actual presentation for the console. I don't know if we're gonna get that first trailer like the Switch got, because it was kind of lightning in the bottle in its own way, but we might. But at the very least, I think January we might get a video presentation on the next system, if not later that same year. I think it's just a question of when that system's gonna come out. I'm talking a lot more to Switch 2 / next Nintendo system than the actual Direct, but like I think that's on everyone's minds at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta set my alarm for tomorrow too. Whatever. Stay super.
Yo, hey, 妹妹，嘿，我来呀！共和大哈哈呀！拉面，嘿，来面，来个面，共和再见呀！哈哈，拉面，下手面，谢谢。